Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm going to do a shop job of sorts on this Black Knight. I did a repair video on this a few weeks ago. Well, it posted several weeks ago. Anyway, I just pulled the legs off of it. That's the first thing I was going to do because I was going to clean them up in some vapor rust. I've got, these are the four legs I pulled off, and these two here, the nuts here are, they're supposed to be like, I guess they're pressed on. Anyway, that one's spinning. I'm not really crazy about that. And this one's totally spinning. So I've got some other used ones that I've already cleaned up. But these probably looked at least as bad as this. I've already evaporated, rusted them, and I've got some new leg levelers. So I'm going to take these other two, and I'm going to put them in the evapor rust today. I'll pull them out probably tomorrow. And they'll look about like this. And then I'll have four pretty decent legs. I'm going to just throw these right there because I hate having leg levelers that you can't adjust easily because you're under the game, and it's usually me under the game, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to do kind of what, I don't know, a light shop job. I'm going to tear down as much as I have to. Not necessarily going to strip everything off this game, but I want to re-rubber it. I don't like those yellows at all. I don't like those clears at all. The posts are nasty. I don't really like those white ones. I don't know if those are stock white ones or not. And they got wax all in them. Just nasty. This game is filthy. I mean, that's what it looks like all over the place where it hasn't ever been cleaned. So it's pretty nasty. And I have at least one more repair. If you saw the last video, you saw where I had that weird glitchy thing where I had to put this, I had to solder in this diode to fix it. It's doing it again. And still, if I wiggle on that diode that I replaced, so this, I should back up for y'all that didn't see it. Well, this is the lamp matrix, and there's one row that represents like 5 or 6 controlled lamps that wasn't working. And I tracked it down, and if I wiggled, it's the one that's got the solder on it. I think it's that one there, that one right there. If I wiggled it, I could make it come on and off. So I thought it was a bad diode or a bad solder joint on that diode, pulled the board out, put a new diode in there, and it was fixed until it wasn't. Same symptoms. If I wiggle that, I can make it go on and off. So it's not the diode itself. It's something in and around that board. It's like one of the pads on either end or something close to it. I'm gonna have to pull the board and try to figure out where the loose joint is. But it's in right and around that D14 right there. Although I don't think D14 is a problem because I just swapped it. So that's the one thing that's still broken. The bottom flippers have been rebuilt recently. The upper one has not. If you saw the video, I guess I had a couple videos, and it's pretty hacked up. I might get some new stickers from maybe just clean those. I don't know. I'm going to put this game on route, so I want it to look pretty nice. It does have Mylar on it, and there's like little tiny bubbles. They're not like that when you hear it. They don't really affect the play so much, but they're just kind of annoying to look at. There is this insert up here. You can't really see it because I've got this in the way. That insert really needs to be glued back down. So I'm going to try to push that down and glue it from the bottom because there's a big sheet of Mylar across it. But that one is sticking up, and it's just going to keep getting worse and pull that Mylar up. So without further ado, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and I'm going to walk to back, and I'm going to give them a bath in the evapor rust. So see you tomorrow. Eat up. That was clear when I started. You can tell when it's not working anymore because it stops working. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to fix this little short. It's not a short, it's a open circuit. That A is missing, that one's missing. There's a couple of that one's missing. But watch if I wiggle on this, I can see. I made that A start working. All I did was press on that diode there. That was D13 actually. So I wasn't even close to it. I can just like kind of press on the board generally. So, yeah. I'm just kind of mashing the board in the general area. Heck, even like, I can mash over here and make it work. That's what, but I have to mash harder. It's definitely more sensitive right here. Like here, I can just barely mash it. So it's, and I'm pretty certain that, I guess I should confirm the schematics. I think the D14 is the one that drives that circuit. So now it's staying on, which is kind of sucks because I need it to be off so I can figure out what's wrong with it. There, I got it off. But maybe get through the multimeter just from the top of the board where I know that it's not working, and see if I can find the open circuit in this thing, because it's nothing I've done, because it was like this when I got it. I mean, I swapped the main big transistor because I thought that was a problem. That wasn't it. I swapped a bunch of stuff, but there's something that is not quite right. Not sure. I'm gonna dig around the multimeter, see if I can figure it out. So this is that row that's not working. It's driven by Q85. I've already swapped Q85. That was the first thing I did, even though it tested good, because that's the big culprit. There's D14, there's D15. I swapped, I don't know which one it was, one of those. I swapped the other one, but you know, there's not that much in here that would normally go bad. I messed around with it, and I just like touching things, I can't discern where it's at exactly. I'm gonna pull the board and see if I can see something with my eyes. Maybe it's on the back side of the board. Maybe there's a crack in one of the traces, or I'm hoping that I can see that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to really dig and get the multimeter and just like measure every one of these. And the thing is, it's kind of touching. I mean, it's like I may not be able to see it with the multimeter, because it probably, with a little bit of current from the multimeter, probably will pass. It's just not able to pass enough current using the doesn't pass enough current to the light of the lamps, I think. Or maybe it's just opening and closing, and it's just almost working. But so this is gonna be hard. I pulled this board off, and I think I found it. There's that diode. Let me get all this in frame for you. I'm in diode test. So I should see something about 0.5 or something like that. This is that one I just replaced a few weeks ago, 0.6. This one here, the one that's right above it, well, trust me, a second ago it wasn't working until I mashed on it, and then let me mash it the other way, see if I can get it to. Well, it's not going to do it for TV, but trust me, it was open, and then I did about like that, and it worked. I'm thinking that's it, and now it's going to prove me a liar on here. I fixed it, I guess. Anyway, that's coming out. I may reflow some of these other joints just for fun. I don't think they're the problem. I think it's this one right here. Either that, or there was just a little surface corrosion, and it wasn't. Oh, that's not a diode. Okay. The rest of these, I just went right up and barely touched them, and they all measured good. And this one, I had to mash real hard to get it to go from open, and then it went directly to like the 0.56 like it is now. Try to tweak on it to open up. There it is. Was for a second. Might be this side. I don't know. I'm swapping it. I'm going to put it back in the game, and we'll see if that fixes it. I don't know. Trust me, it was not working a second ago. Okay, I put in a new diode. I hope I don't have to pull this board again. I got this board about halfway installed. I got some of the connectors in. I got one screw in, and I got it in the lamp test, and it's working. Now, the test is, can I mash on this and get it to turn off? Hopefully not. I'm mashing. Okay, I'm not gonna mash anymore because I might mess it up. I'm gonna take my win. No, I'm gonna mash a little bit more. So that first time I've replaced, I think it was D14 the first time, and I needed to replace D15 or vice versa. They're right next to each other. So anyway, one of them was it was either a bad diode or it just had a bad solder joint, but they were so close together it was hard to wiggle one without disturbing the other one. And anyway, so I think that's fixed. So now I can get to the business of shopping this thing out. I was going to start cleaning this thing up, and I figured, well, get all the flashers working, make sure all the bulbs are good. I was going through, and this blue flasher, or the red flash right here, not working, and couldn't get it to work. And so I was going through the schematics. So the flashers, they come off on this header pin here, this group of pins here. It comes down, it comes into this interconnect board, this one, and then it comes out to this one is for the inserts, that's the back box and lower playfield. And the one I'm talking about, it comes out, there's pin number 1 here and pin number 1 here. And it comes into this board on pin number 1 right there. And if I get my multimeter and go between that first pin and that first pin, nothing. I've got no continuity. So this board is coming out again. I've got a busted trace or something. I've had, if you watched the last video or 2 of them ago, I went through this board and it was pretty fried up. I had to redo all, it was jacked up. But I apparently missed one, that header pin there to that header pin there. So I'm gonna pull the board and you'll see what the back of the board looks like. It's kind of a mess. So once I get this out, I can see what the problem is. So I'm missing continuity between that pin and that pin. You can see it runs down around here. It goes under this resistor. Oh, look at that resistor. That's exactly what I just did. Anyway, it goes through the board back here, underneath the board, and it comes back out where it's busted off there. If I'd have seen that while it was in the game, I probably would have just soldered that from the top of the board. But it's out, so I'm gonna try to get that in there more properly. Here's a schematic showing that. Those are the 2 J11, J12, pin 16. Those are those 2 right there. And it goes over and they connect to J41. And I didn't really pay attention. There's a little resistor in there. Yep. So anyway, now when I measure between here and here, I'm measuring 5.5 ohms. They're supposed to be 4 ohms. My multimeter's a little off, so I'm good with that. So I'll put this back in the game and hopefully we'll have a flasher. Okay, so I got the flasher test. Those are working and those are working. So that's all the flashers. All right, I think the only thing left, I think that switch there doesn't work. And I've tracked it down. It's actually the switch itself is bad. It's a little cherry switch. It just needs to be replaced. But I'll do that once I kind of tear into this thing. I am now actually going to start taking some of this stuff and sitting right over there and get to clean it. So almost all this hardware is snapping off. They've got the T-nuts in the bottom. I guess I use Loctite on this game because like they're all busting. I guess I could try to maybe get a lighter and heat them up from the bottom, or a butane torch to heat up the T-nut to kind of melt that Loctite so I get them out. Because I mean, some of them are kind of specialized, like this one here. It's got the kind of normal size shaft and oversized head. That hooks this one here, so I probably don't have one of those. That's kind of oddball. And you see it just, the threads, so they're where my pinky are, they just busted off. And you gotta get the T-nuts on the bottom side, hammer them in. It's just a pain. It goes from an easy job to like all day kind of job. But these posts are just, they're disgusting, you know. Not gonna do that. I'm probably thinking real hard about putting the red posts in, just because I don't know what came originally. I'm sure those are probably stock. And those are kind of oddball. Those will be fine once they're cleaned up, assuming they come off. If they got T-nuts on the back side, they're gonna be a pain. I don't think those do. I think those are just screwed into the wood. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time and not get too many parts over here. And I gotta make sure I've got enough hardware to get this thing back together again. I heated that one up with the butane torch. You see, I got it pretty hot. Still, I couldn't get it out. Ended up just having to break this off so I could, because it started spinning. I couldn't grab it with the pliers. Just, you know, it just goes downhill and downhill and downhill. So I'm gonna have to make a decision how far I want to go with tearing apart all these clear posts. I really don't like them. Actually, those, I guess I could get those in red. Those are like these here, except they're clear. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go back to the clear ones. Maybe I'll just clean them in place. I just like, they're nasty. But if I got all the plastics off there in a dental pick, I could probably do it. Because it's destroying all the hardware, and I do not have all this hardware that I'm tearing up, and frankly, it's hard to get the exact piece you want to go back on there. I got frustrated to bust all the hardware, so I started working on the top side of the play field and just yanked that off. It's pretty nasty. It's gonna look better. I already cleaned up these red posts here. They're gonna look much better, especially with some black rubbers on there, I think. So this ramp is just small enough to fit in here one leg at a time, and kind of see what it looks like now. Pretty nasty. It'll come out looking pretty dang good. So I got this Black Knight all put back together, cleaned up, and it's looking way better. I've got one more thing to do. On these flippers, I said they'd rebuilt this, and you know, I unhacked all this stuff, but they didn't swap out the old bushings. And this one's like, it's missing. There's supposed to be 3 little screws in there. One of them's missing. They're just old and crusty. And that, I haven't really checked to see how much wobble there is, but it generally leads to, yeah. See how much wobble there is. So it makes it hard. It makes a good player play like a crappy player, because when you got everything lined up, it's just like, it's all janky. So, you know, I'm gonna take a few minutes, replace those, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna play this sucker, because I haven't played this game in a long time. Well, I just played a quick game. There's at least 3 things, well, 4. That bulb's not working, a little janky. So let's add 4. So that bulb, this little ball trail, that screw is not tight. I think it's all the way down. I think I've got too long a threaded bolt in there. I think it hit bottom. So that's 2. I'm missing a rubber here, which means I'm missing a post. So that rubber needs to go around over to there. So that's 3. And number 4, so when you shoot the ball, it goes up here and it clunks around, and it's like, what is it hitting? Well, I figured it out. What it's hitting. Let me get this prop stand hooked up here. It's hitting this spring tab for this flipper. So this flipper originally, it had the spring, the old type of spring where the spring is over the plunger, and so this is the upgraded style. And I went ahead and put one on here because this flipper, pretty important. And these side flippers, they tend to be like, because the ball's not always like right up against it, you need a really good strong flipper so you can make the shots. It's really frustrating when you got a side flipper like this and you can't make the shots. And with this one, the way it is now, I just play the game and you could smack the heck out of it. It's working great, but I'm gonna have to go back to the old style because that tab is in the way of the ball, because that lays right down here in the ball path, and so not gonna work. It basically just adds a little extra friction. So the spring is kind of like on that one where the spring is on the outside of the plunger. So there's potential for a little more friction. Anyway, the new ones are better, but in this particular case, I don't think it works. So those are the 4 things I'm going to do, and then I'll film a gameplay. All right, so I got rid of that little tab coming off there and put a spring over the plunger there, and so I'm gonna drop this thing down, put you on the stand, and let's play some pinball. All right, give me your money. I am the Black Knight. From an operator standpoint, I kind of like that call. It's so awesome. All right. Yeah, upper flipper's kicking good. Oh, that's my Pike. Big stick. Let me get up the ramp. That's no way. Yeah, no good. All right. Ball 1 in the trash. Let's do something more. Okay. Got the ramp open. Ball 1, locked on. All right, I'm mixing up games here. It did this to me earlier. I think I've got a switch problem up here. That's no good. No point in playing if your switch is not working up here. Does not know the switches are there. None of them are working. Well, I'm gonna have to put y'all on pause until I fix this and figure out why those switches are not working. They were working, now they're not. I'm not for certain on the logic on all these, but it seemed like it was this one was not working, which was feeds the ball in here, and like I don't know if that one would enable those in the game, but these, and I went to switch test, these were working, and this one was working if I pushed it all the way over, but I'm not sure the ball would push it all the way over every time, so I bent it a little bit more, and now it is. So I'm going to try playing it again. I don't know why that switch is even there. I mean, if these are working, then I don't know. It seems kind of redundant to have that and these 3. In any case, I'm going to play another game. We'll see if it works this time. That game wasn't going so well anyway, so. I am the Black Knight. Yeah, you're the Black Knight. I'm the slayer of the Black Knight. All right, ball 1, lock. Oh, I got my double knight. I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do. I'm assuming lock it up at the top. Oh, war equals millions, so maybe this. Kind of need a non-ghosting there, it looks like. That's what I was trying to do. That was lit. Oh, I got it. Did that give me a million points? It did. I guess it kind of holds the ball up there. It's like a ball save almost. You get up in the that lock there. At least for a while. Oh, I had my magnet save. Damn it. I think I may change that to blue because the red one you don't hardly see. Because it kind of blends in with everything else. Oh, I got it again. Okay. Throwing a spell war. And maybe I'm just supposed to take the blinking one. Oh, I just let it go again. You can do it? Well, maybe. Okay, I did it that time. Okay, that's the first time I've done the magnet save. Early. Oh. I'm trying to shoot the ramp. Thinking I may move my flip up a little higher, a little steeper. I'm having a hard time shooting that high. So all three are worth. So any of them give me a million points, I'm just gonna let it go. I can't freaking do it. Damn it. Oh, and I lost my damn... It shut the door on me, too. Oh, this game like needs some lightning clippers. I've been playing a while. Give me your money. Give me your money. That's still flaking out. As is the one at the top. No way. Oh, y'all. Okay. I know now you got to get back up to the top. That's the deal. And if you stick one here, it'll hold it for you. So that's like really advantageous. Well, I said it would hold it. It didn't. Maybe I put it up there too fast. Okay. It's not doing it. I thought it did it. I haven't even opened the data. I think, I don't know. There's a little bit extra time after the ball is going away. I don't know if I'm still in the middle. Yeah, I think I can do it. I gotta do it. I can't do it now. It's over. No, I didn't do it. I didn't even get the damn wall down. Well, that's a pretty good ball though. 5 million. Yeah, this is like kind of easy.
No way.
Wait. Oh! Well, say that, and that next ball just drains. Got to look at doing something. Jacking the legs up or something. Oh, there it goes. Maybe that one first ball was just a fluke. Finding the flashers working really makes a difference on this one. The controlled lights, the controlled GIs are pretty awesome on this. Pretty good light show, really. I dig it. I'm gonna change that bulb to something more obnoxious, something that's with some contrast. Maybe I don't know. Maybe ice blue, something that's bright, or green. I don't know. Maybe green. Kind of luxury ball. I don't know. Anyway, hope you liked the video. This will be out en route in Knoxville here real soon, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you real soon. Adios. Bye.